The movie kicks off on the icy planet Niflheim in the year 2054. Mickey wakes up in a frozen ravine, baffled about why he's still alive. Suddenly, his friend Timo appears above, seemingly ready to help. But at the last second, Timo snatches only Mickey's flamethrower, leaving him to die. Mickey's in bad shape, and they'll print him again tomorrow anyway. Turns out, this is already the 17th Mickey, and after he dies, an 18th will take his place. Wishing him a pleasant death, Timo walks away. Out of nowhere, monsters swarm the ravine, and the biggest one crashes down on Mickey, burying him. The next day, a new Mickey is printed. After each death, his body is recreated using bioprinting technology, and his consciousness and memories are uploaded from a backup stored on a server. This tech is banned on Earth, but used in space to create expendables, people sent on high-risk missions. Scientists subject Mickey to brutal experiments, like exposure to lethal radiation doses outside the ship. When he dies, they just print a new version, ignoring his suffering. Mickey recalls how he ended up here. Trouble started when Timo convinced him to invest borrowed money in a macaron shop. They missed a payment, and their creditor, Darius Blank, had them brought in. To show what happens to deadbeats, they sawed a debtor in half with a chainsaw right in front of them, leaving a gruesome scene. Fearing retribution, they fled Earth for Niflheim's colonization. Timo landed a pilot gig, but Mickey carelessly filled out a form, checking the box to become an expendable. A staffer, surprised, asked if he'd read the fine print. Mickey, distracted, said yes. His application was approved fast, and another. Staffer explained the process. The ship's organic waste is mixed and fed into a bioprinter to create Mickey's new body after death. His consciousness is stored on a hard drive that looks like a brick. Distracted by the woman's scent, Mickey missed the details. Before scanning, she popped a zit on his forehead so it wouldn't print every time. He was glad she didn't know about the one on his butt. After his consciousness was scanned, she handed him a gun to shoot himself. A final test. A cloned Mickey was already on the mission. On the ship, the crew gathers for lunch. Kenneth Marshall, the expedition leader, introduces himself. Mickey locks eyes with a woman named Nasha, and they start a romance. Marshall announces food rationing and a ban on intimate relationships to save calories. But Mickey and Nasha ignore the rules, hooking up daily. During the journey, Mickey dies and is reborn multiple times, enduring agonizing deaths. Nasha, a soldier, defends him when other crew members mock him. On Niflheim, Mickey is sent out first to test the atmosphere. It's toxic, and he dies. Scientists use him as a lab rat to develop a vaccine. He dies repeatedly, his body recycled and reprinted. After the 16th Mickey's death, they perfect the vaccine, letting humans breathe on the planet. Exploring Niflheim, the team encounters alien creatures resembling tardigrades. Jennifer shoots one above her head, but the bullet shatters an ice chunk that crushes her dead. Furious, Marshall blames Mickey, saying an expendable should have died instead. As punishment, he's forced to work 14 hours a day, with his rations cut in half until he catches a creature alive. During a mission, the 17th Mickey falls into an icy ravine. The opening scene. To his shock, the local creatures don't attack, but gently pull him out. They seem almost cute. Mickey yells that he's tasty, and they can eat him, but they vanish into the ravine. Wandering the snowy wasteland, he spots a ship's transport and hops aboard. Back in his cabin, the 17th Mickey finds the 18th in his bed. Two clones existing at once is a major protocol breach. Suddenly, the 18th attacks, hurling a dumbbell, and the 17th blacks out. The story flashes back to Earth 4 years ago. Alan Manikoff, a cloning tech pioneer, was a psychopath who killed homeless people. A witness identified him, but he had an alibi, a kid's science show. Cops raided his home, arresting Alan 1 and Alan 2. Later, they nabbed a third Alan who kept up the murders. Congressman Kenneth Marshall proposed using clones as expendables for Niflheim's colonization, but only one at a time. 2 clones. Existing simultaneously was strictly forbidden. On the ship, The 18th Mickey drags the 17th in a trash crate for disposal. The 17th wakes and tries to hit the 18th with a dumbbell but can't. The 18th strikes first. Desperate, the 17th suggests they take turns dying and working, but the 18th calls him pathetic and refuses. Timo and a crew member show up, and both Mickeys hide behind crates. They see Timo selling flamethrower chemicals as a drug. The 18th decides to kill Timo and pushes him into a furnace. The 17th tries to stop him, but Timo clings to the shaft. The 18th threatens to finish him with a red-hot rod, but Nasha and another crew member arrive. The 18th pulls Timo out, lying that he fell, and Timo backs him up. The 18th leaves with Nasha, groping her on purpose. The 17th follows, but crew members tell him he's invited to a fancy dinner with Marshall. They feed him, like never before. During dinner, Kai, Jennifer's sister, shows up. Out of the blue, Marshall suggests Kai become a mother for new colonists due to her perfect genes. Outraged, Kai cuts him off and calls for a prayer to honor the fallen. Mid-prayer, the 17th Mickey pukes. Scientists reveal they gave him meat laced with an experimental growth hormone, which is dangerous. Mickey writhes in pain. They test. A new painkiller on him. He stands, then collapses, screaming louder. Marshall pulls a gun to end his suffering. Kai tries to stop him, but Mickey gasps that he's fine and doesn't need to be shot. Kai takes him to her cabin, gives him earth, tea, and asks what it's like to die. She remembers Jennifer's look before death and wants to know how she felt. Mickey admits every death is terrifying and awful. They grow close, and Kai tries to kiss him, but he bolts. He runs into Nasha and the 18th Mickey, high on drugs. The 18th spills the truth about the clones. Nasha writes 17 and 18 on their bodies, thrilled to have two Mickeys. They all climb into bed, but the 17th feels uneasy and wants to leave. Nasha stops him with kisses. Suddenly, Kai walks in and sees everything. She threatens to report the violation, but Nasha chases her, suggesting Kai didn't come by. Accident. Kai offers to split the Mickeys. She'll take the 17th, Nasha the 18th. Nasha refuses to share. Meanwhile, the 17th tells the 18th about the dinner, and the 18th rages that the 17th didn't fight. Back when Marshall aimed to shoot him, the 18th grabs Nasha's gun and heads to kill Marshall. Marshall is giving a speech, showing off a giant stone split in half as Niflheim's symbol. The 18th is tackled, but a creature crawls out of the stone, and the crew scatters in panic. Marshall orders the 17th to catch it, and he does so deftly. The 18th tries again to kill Marshall, but Nasha intervenes, and he misses. Another creature leaps from the stone onto Marshall's face, and the crew guns it down ruthlessly. Nasha and both Mickeys are locked in cages. In the cell, the 17th reveals the creatures saved him, and Nasha says they should tell the scientists. Timo appears, sent by Darius Blank to film Mickey's dismemberment into 13 pieces. He picks the 17th, thinking he's easier to kill. Timo's partner zaps him with a taser and pulls him out. The 18th offers himself instead, asking for a hit of the drug. He grabs the partner, and Nasha snatches the keys and taser. She tries to saw off Timo's head, but other crew members stop her. The trio is marched to Marshall. On the way, they see thousands of creatures surrounding the ship. Marshall's wife cuts off a creature's tail and blends it, calling it a divine source. Marshall brands the 18th with a red-hot rod to mark him, and wipes Mickey's memory from the hard drive, threatening to kill both. Nasha defends the 18th, claiming he aimed at the creature to save Marshall. She adds that the creatures aren't hostile since they rescued the 17th. A scientist reports they've found signs of intelligence in the creatures and are building a translator. Marshall dismisses it, and a captured baby creature spits at him, driving him into a fury. Nasha sides with the creatures, calling Marshall a jerk. He hangs the baby over a furnace. Nasha saves it, grabbing the rope with her teeth. A crew member secretly films Marshall's cruelty. Marshall plans to wipe out the creatures with poison gas, and his wife suggests a game. The Mickey, who collects 100 Creature Tales lives. They're rigged with explosives and sent out. A female scientist slips the 17th a prototype translator. He heads to the mother of all creatures, thanks her for saving him, and warns about the gas. The translator works. The mother creature says humans killed her baby Loco, and if they kill Zoko, who's captive, the creatures will destroy everyone with an ultrasonic scream that bursts brains. The 17th shouts to the ship to return the baby, or they're doomed. Marshall's advisor suggests addressing the creatures live before exterminating them. The 17th promises the mother creature they'll bring Zoko, but she demands one human die for Luco to restore peace. Nasha grabs Marshall's wife, forcing them to let her go with the baby. Some crew members back her. As Marshall and his team approach, the creatures camouflage their mother. The 18th says goodbye to the 17th and heads for Marshall with a machete. Nasha delivers Zoko to the mother creature. The 18th grabs Marshall and triggers the detonator in his hand. The explosion kills them both. 6 months later, Nasha, now a committee member, announces that thanks to Mickey, human printing is banned. Scientists finish the translator, and Mickey asks the mother creature if they could have killed everyone. She admits she was bluffing. Mickey sets off a detonator, destroying the bioprinter. Drop your thoughts on Mickey 17 in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel.